Today, we're going to explain what ransomware is and how to prevent it and what to do if it happens to you. But we also have a news and trends video that takes a look at the impact ransomware has on the tech industry, and you can check that out here.
So what is ransomware? Well, it's a type of malware that threatens to publish the victim's personal data or block access to it unless a ransom is paid. And today, the 7 most common types of ransomware are crypto malware, lockers, scareware, doxware, RAAS, Mac ransomware, and ransomware on mobile devices. And some of these variants may be more harmful than others, but they all have one thing in common: a ransom.
Now let's talk about who is at risk. And unfortunately, everything from the water we drink, our food production, healthcare, schools, and other national critical functions are a major target of cyber attacks. A recent example of this was the attack on Colonial Pipeline in 2021. The fuel pipeline had to shut down its entire network and ended up paying the hackers a ransom of $4.4 million in Bitcoin. So yes, cyber criminals are more likely to go after those who are more able to pay a larger ransom, but all organizations should implement an effective cybersecurity program to really protect itself against cyber threats.
So let's talk about how to help protect yourself and your data. Backing up is your best bet. Maintain offline encrypted backups of data and then regularly test them. And keep everything up to date. Regularly patch and update software, operating systems. And what this will do, it's going to help protect you against the latest malware with the latest security patches. And then be cautious online. Malicious websites, pop-up ads, and email attachments, or links from unknown sources are just waiting for you to click on them.
Also, don't just connect to public Wi-Fi networks, but if you have to, use a VPN to help keep your data private. And when in doubt, report it out. Victims of ransomware should report to federal law enforcement.
So what to do if it happened to you? Well, should your organization be a victim of ransomware, the CISA, Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, strongly recommends responding by using the following checklist. First off, determine which systems were impacted and then immediately isolate them. If several systems or subnets appear impacted, take the network offline entirely. It may not be feasible to disconnect individual systems during an incident.
And if taking the network temporarily offline is not immediately possible, locate the network or Ethernet cable, unplug the affected devices from the network, or remove them from Wi-Fi to contain the infection. And after an initial compromise, those behind the attack may monitor your organization's activity or communication to understand if their actions have been detected. So be sure to isolate those systems in a coordinated manner and use offline communication, talk to someone, like phone calls or other meetings to really avoid tipping off those actors that they have been discovered. Not doing so can cause additional problems.
Now, only in the event that you are unable to disconnect devices from the network, power them down to avoid further spread of the ransomware infection. Prioritize impacted systems for restoration and recovery, and keep an eye on systems and devices that are not perceived to be impacted, just in case.
You should also consider requesting assistance from the CISA and local, state, or federal law enforcement. Paying ransom will not ensure your data is decrypted or that your systems or data will no longer be compromised. CISA and federal law enforcement do not recommend paying any ransom.
For more information, please visit cisa.gov/stop ransomware. And since the internet is evolving every single day, it's a good idea to do what you can to minimize your exposure to new ransomware variants. And by knowing what ransomware is and following these best practices, you can help protect your data and personal information against becoming a ransomware target.
That's a wrap, but your journey does not have to end here. We have over 200 videos for you to watch right now.
That's right, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. This is The Journey.